That is nothing more dangerous than to build a society with a large segment of people in that society who feel that they have no stake in it, who feel that they have nothing to lose. People who have stake in that society protect that society, but when they don't have it, they unconsciously want to destroy it.
I am convinced the most potent weapon available to oppress people as they struggle for freedom and justice is the weapon of nonviolence. We're nonviolent with people who are nonviolent with us. But we are not nonviolent with anyone who is violent with us.
This is an unlawful assembly. You are ordered to disperse. Go home or go to your church. This march will not continue.
Next week, I shall ask the Congress of the United States to act, to make a commitment it is not fully made in this century to the proposition that race has no place in American life or law.
Well, anytime you live in a society supposedly based upon law, and it doesn't enforce its own law because the color of a man's skin happens to be wrong, then I say those people are justified to resort to any means necessary to bring about justice where the government can't give them justice.
The Black Panthers. People still ask me how it all started and how things went so far. And like a lot of questions about the Panthers, there are different answers, different beginnings. What became the Black Panther Party for self-defense really started with two guys, Bobby Seale and Huey Newton, saying two words: defend yourselves.
Sir, the Panthers have become very resourceful. I'm afraid you underestimated the support in the black community. I mean, that's their power base. They say a Black Panther is born every minute in the ghetto.
Tell him I said I want that power base neutralized.
Mr. Hoover wishes the ultimate contingency implemented.
You mean?
That's exactly what I mean.
And Agent Rogers, this conversation never occurred.
Rogers, this is no good.
Captain Conley, you've been taking money from the mob for years.
Gentlemen, forgive me for caping you. Dorset. No matter how we try to deny it, we always end up on the same side of the coin. It's almost funny.
To be quite honest, it turns my stomach.
Neither your stomach nor your opinion matters here, Dorset. What matters is that Mr. Tynan's clients and the Bureau have come up with a solution to our Panther problem.
Final solution, you might say. Our clients, of course, are very pleased that Mr. Hoover decided to take our little suggestion to heart. By the way, why did he change his mind?
Woman's intuition.
Are you sure that you can control the product? Can you assure us that this will not get out of hand?
Of course. Our clients have vast experience in these communities. It's just a matter of degrees. You give us free rein of the ghetto, we solve your problems. I'll assure you one thing. The pacifying qualities of heroin are quite formidable. Junkies' politics are not like yours and mine. I'll even read the future for you. Very soon, the jigaboos, no offense, the jigaboos will be wanting this stuff so bad they'll be running around trying to sell, they'll be blowing each other's brains out.
It's not a racial issue, it's a matter of law and order.
Of course, at any rate. We just set them up and we step back.
When can you get it out in the streets?
Quick as possible. We'll manufacture and distribute from a warehouse. Dorset knows the lookout.
I reiterate, we need assurances on containment, that it stays strictly within the problem area. I want you to put somebody on this. Keep tabs on the new operation. No offense.
You talk as if this thing's been decided.
It has been.
You fit the profile, brother. You're exactly the type of nigga they think they can trust.
Mom! Wait a minute! Stop! Now we must retaliate. We got the fucking guns and it's time to use.
You don't like to see a traitor get hurt?
You got something to say, you say it, man.
Anything happen to Huey, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Panthers are gonna lose. The only question is, are you gonna lose along with them? Lose your future, your mother. You're gonna lose your life. Yeah. Open it up. It's me, Bremer. Come on, open the door. Oh! Hey. Judge, wake up. What? Oh, we gotta get out of here.
Get out of here.
Come on, shut the move. Come on, Judge. I've done some fucked up things on the force, but nothing like this. Darcy ordered me to babysit some dope dealers. All right, kids, come on, get out. Let's go. All right, go on, run. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here, run.
What, so you can shoot me in the back, call it resisting arrest?
Oh, I ain't gonna shoot you. Just get out of here, kid. It's over. Go on, get out.
What are you talking about? You fucked up, man.
This whole fucking country's fucked up. They're gonna flood the ghetto with cheap dope. We're gonna start in the warehouse where I took you that time, but Judge, you just don't know what's going on. This thing, it's bigger than you and me. The Panthers are dead. They killed you. You just don't know it. It's over.
Fuck that, ain't nothing over.
I will tell you, Director Deutsch, as a former Los Angeles police narcotics detective, that the agency has dealt drugs throughout this country for a long time. Director Deutsch, I will refer you to 3 specific agency operations known as Amadeus, Pegasus, and Watchtower. I have Watchtower documents heavily redacted by the agency. I was personally exposed to CIA operations and recruited by CIA personnel who attempted to recruit me in the late 70s to become involved in protecting agency drug operations in this country. I have been trying to get this out for 18 years, and I have the evidence. My question for you is very specific, sir. If in the course of the IG's investigations and Fred Hitz's work, you come across evidence of severely criminal activity,
let him speak
and it's classified, will you use that classification to hide the criminal activity, or will you tell the American people the truth?
If you have information about CIA illegal activity in drugs, you should immediately bring that information to wherever you want, but let me suggest 3 places. The Los Angeles Police Department.
For the record, my name is Mike Ruppert, R-U-P-P-E-R-T. I did bring this information out 18 years ago, and I got shot at and forced out of LAPD because of it. I've been on the record for 18 years nonstop, and I'll be happy to give you, Congressman, anything that I have.
So? We know for sure there was a passenger. We just don't know who. You know, you can't help but admire those young brothers. They do a lot of good in their communities.
You ever heard about the common good? The United States of America is more than a simple collection of ghettos. This country was built on capitalism and democracy. And in a democracy, the majority rules. We are a minority, unless we integrate fully.
Whose side are you on, brother?
No, whose side are you on, officer?
And my next guest is a reporter, not from San Diego, California, but from San Jose Mercury News, and he wrote a story called The Dark Alliance. Please welcome Mr. Gary Webb to the show.
It was about a cocaine ring that operated along the west coast of the United States throughout most of the 80s. And they were funneling, they were selling cocaine in South Central. They were also selling it in Oakland. They were selling it in San Francisco. They were selling it in San Jose. And some of the money they were making was going to support an army that the men who ran the cocaine ring worked for, called the FDN. This was an army that the CIA started in 1981 and supported.
Better known to us, most of us who remember news, the Contras from Nicaragua. So go right ahead.
The men that were running the cocaine ring were top officials of this Contra army. And what we found was that they were selling this stuff in South Central, which is, you know, predominantly black section of Los Angeles, immediately before the outbreak of the crack cocaine epidemic. They started selling powder. Tons and tons and tons of powder cocaine was going into this one small area of the city. And from there, they sold it to Freeway Rick. And Freeway Rick took the powder, turned it into crack, And starting in 1983, 1984, began distributing it to predominantly the gangs, the Crips and the Bloods in Los Angeles, and they spread it, you know, from there.
From there. Now, since this has happened, you have butted heads with everybody in Washington, D.C., trying to get information about the story. Have you not?
Yeah, we worked on this for a year, and it was only because, you know, some people at National Archives believe freedom of information means freedom of information. We got some documents that showed that pretty strongly that there were some CIA connections to the
Let's talk a little bit about those documents for a second, because there's a gentleman, this figure that we talked about yesterday on the show. His name is Blandone, Danilo Blandone. Within months, what was it, 10 to 15 kilos a day. Ricky Ross was selling cocaine to the point of making $3 to $4 million a day. He sold so much cocaine, it hurt his fingers to count the money. Not only in Los Angeles, but in Cincinnati, in St. Louis, all the way across America. So some can say, and this is the reason why people are so angry at you in your article, is that Ricky Ross, the dope dealer, was supplied by the CIA because Blandone was an operative for the CIA, correct?
Blandone and Meneses were working for an army that was a wholly owned subsidiary of the CIA. They were meeting with CIA agents. Blandone, and this came out in court. I mean, Danilo Blandone is now a government witness. He works for the Drug Enforcement Administration. So they put him on the witness stand in Ricky Ross's case, and he testified that in 1981, he went to Honduras, he met with the commander, the military commander of the CIA's army, and he was instructed to go raise money in California for this Contra army. And he was told that the ends justified the means.
They explained him yet? No, they haven't. They don't even know who was in the car with you. Good luck, Huey.
Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? All power to the people.
Brothers and sisters, Stokely Carmichael.
You say that Huey P. Newton is a prisoner of war. Now, many people say that that's not true, or that the party is exaggerating. But I think it's clear. It's crystal clear the United States has declared war on black people. Now, she did that when she took the first black man from Africa. Oh, she never came out and said the words, "I declare war on black people." Oh, she didn't do that. But now, let us study our history. To this day, the United States has not declared war on Vietnam. But there is Vietnam. And they did not declare war in North Korea. But they sure fought in North Korea. And they did not declare war on the Indians. They just wiped them out. They wiped them out. So, we must define our position. We are at war. Huey P. Newton, Minister of Defense, is a prisoner of war. We must get him